Imagine a woman walking alone, not because she has no one beside her, but because she has chosen this path. There is an undeniable power in that choice, a decision to step forward on her own terms, guided not by the expectations of others, but by the quiet strength within her. This is not the walk of someone resigned to solitude, it is the walk of someone who has embraced it. Her independence is not a shield against the world, but a testament to her freedom. It is the kind of freedom that comes when you no longer depend on the approval of the crowd or the comfort of constant company to validate your existence. This woman understands that independence is not about isolation, it is about self-reliance. It is the courage to trust yourself, to listen to your own voice, even when the world is shouting over it. She has learned that walking alone allows her to hear the rhythms of her own heart, to move in time with her own dreams, and to savor the beauty of a world seen through her own eyes. There is grace in her solitude, for she is not seeking to escape others, she is choosing to walk with herself. Her independence is not a rejection of connection, but a celebration of her own wholeness. She does not need someone to complete her, for she is already complete. The choice to walk alone is an act of empowerment, a declaration that her life is her own to navigate. She carries no resentment, no bitterness, only the quiet confidence that she is capable of forging her own way, no matter how uncertain the terrain. In this act of walking, she reminds us that the strongest paths are often those we carve ourselves. To walk alone is not to walk without love, it is to walk with a profound love for yourself. This woman does not seek to prove her worth by standing apart, her worth is inherent, and her choice to walk alone is a reflection of that understanding. She moves with purpose, with style, and with the knowledge that she does not need a destination to validate her journey. Her steps, deliberate and unshaken, tell a story of freedom, courage, and an unbreakable bond with her own spirit. Picture her walking through the world, each step a declaration of her authenticity. She is not hiding, not pretending, not bending herself to fit into shapes that others have carved out for her. There is a rare beauty in this, the way she carries herself, unafraid to be exactly who she is. She does not seek to blend into the crowd or conform to expectations, because she understands a profound truth: there is no greater power than being fully, unapologetically yourself. Her authenticity radiates not because she shouts it, but because it is simply there, quiet and undeniable. It is in the way she stands, the way she smiles, the way her eyes meet the world with openness and confidence. She is not performing for anyone, her life is not a stage. She moves through her days with an ease that comes from knowing she does not need to impress anyone. She is not chasing approval, because she has already given herself the permission to exist as she is, flawed and magnificent. This authenticity is her armor, but it is also her freedom. It frees her from the exhausting need to conform, to shape-shift, to wear masks that others find pleasing. Instead, she embraces her individuality, understanding that it is her greatest strength. She knows that the world does not need another copy, another echo. What the world needs, what she brings, is her unique essence, unfiltered and true. Her walk is a metaphor for her life. It is steady, grounded in who she is. She does not follow someone else's path, she creates her own. And in doing so, she becomes a beacon for others, a quiet reminder that it is not only possible to be yourself, but also powerful. Her authenticity invites others to shed their masks, to stand taller, and to walk their paths with the same unshakable grace. She teaches us that the most beautiful way to move through life is with the confidence to be yourself, unvarnished, unaltered, and unafraid. As she walks alone, the world might wonder, does she not feel lonely? But in her stride, there is no hint of loneliness, only a profound contentment. She has discovered the secret that solitude is not something to fear, but something to embrace. To walk alone is not a testament to emptiness, it is a celebration of fullness. She walks not because she lacks company, but because she has found something more valuable, the company of herself. Her solitude is rich, layered with the sounds of her thoughts, the whispers of her dreams, and the rhythms of her own heart. She does not need the presence of others to feel whole, because she has come to understand that true wholeness begins within. Her ability to be alone without feeling lonely is a rare gift, born from the deep well of self-awareness she has cultivated over time. She is not afraid of the quiet, she welcomes it, for it is in the quiet that she hears her own voice most clearly. This is not the solitude of withdrawal or isolation. It is the solitude of a woman who knows her worth is not tied to the number of people around her. She is alone, but she is never abandoned, because she carries within her all the love, strength, and courage she could ever need. Her solitude is her sanctuary, a space where she can breathe freely, dream without boundaries, and walk without hesitation. Through her example, she teaches us that being alone is not something to be pitied, it is something to be admired. It is an act of bravery to face the world without the safety net of constant companionship. And yet she does it with ease, with style, with grace. Her journey reminds us that loneliness is not the absence of others, it is the absence of self. She is not lonely because she is fully present with herself. And in that presence she finds joy, peace, and freedom. She moves through life with an unshakable sense of independence, proving that we can all find strength in solitude. She shows us that walking alone can be a powerful act of self-love, a way to honor the relationship we have with ourselves. It is not an empty path she treads, it is a path filled with the richness of her own spirit, her own light, and her own unwavering belief in who she is. Each step she takes is deliberate, unhurried, and meaningful. For she understands that the essence of life is not in the destination but in the journey itself. She does not rush toward an imagined future, nor does she linger in the shadows of the past. Instead, she walks fully present, savoring every moment, every sensation, every breath. This is her power, the ability to embrace the now with open arms, to find beauty in the ordinary, and to see each step as a part of the dance of life. She walks with the wisdom that life is not a race to be won, but an experience to be lived. There is no frantic chasing of goals, no desperate striving to arrive somewhere else. Instead, she moves with grace, knowing that the path she walks is enough. Each step is a testament to her courage, a small act of defiance against the fear of the unknown. She knows that the journey itself is where she will find her growth, her strength, and her joy. This woman does not measure her worth by how far she has traveled or how quickly she gets there. She measures it in the depth of her experience, the richness of her presence, and the authenticity with which she walks. Her journey is not defined by external markers of success, but by the inner transformation that happens with every step. She embraces the twists and turns, the hills and valleys, knowing that they are all essential parts of the path. There is a quiet beauty in her willingness to trust the process. She walks without needing to see the entire road ahead, because she understands that clarity comes with movement. The act of walking itself is an act of faith, a belief that each step will lead her closer to where she is meant to be, not because of the destination, but because of the person she becomes along the way. She does not fear the uncertainty of the path, she welcomes it, for she knows that it is in the unknown that life's greatest treasures are found. Her journey reminds us all to slow down, to breathe, to savor the present moment. She teaches us that the journey is not about achieving, it is about becoming. And as she walks, she inspires us to step forward with the same courage and grace, to embrace our own paths with open hearts, and to find joy in the act of walking, no matter where it may lead. Her strength is not the kind that demands attention or boasts of its power. It is quiet, steady, and deeply rooted within her. It is the kind of strength that grows from facing the world without fear, from standing firm in the face of challenges, and from choosing herself over the comfort of conformity. She walks alone, not because she must, but because she has discovered that true strength is not found in numbers or external support, it is cultivated within. This strength does not shout, it simply exists, unshaken and undeniable. It is not the absence of vulnerability, but the ability to embrace it. She knows that being strong does not mean she never feels fear or doubt. Instead, it means she chooses to move forward despite them. Her steps are filled with determination, not because she has all the answers, but because she trusts herself to navigate whatever comes her way. She has learned that real strength is not about being unyielding, it is about being adaptable. She bends when the winds of life blow fiercely but never breaks. Her resilience is her armor, forged through the fires of experience, mistakes, and triumphs. Every scar she carries, every challenge she has faced, has added to her inner reservoir of courage. She does not walk alone. Because she has no one to rely on, she walks alone. Because she knows she can rely on herself. Her strength is also her freedom. She is not tethered to the need for approval, nor is she weighed down by the expectations of others. She has freed herself from the chains of doubt and insecurity, and in doing so, she has discovered the limitless power of self-trust. Each step she takes is a declaration of this trust, a reminder that she is capable of navigating the world on her own terms. Through her example, she reminds us all that strength does not have to be loud to be real. It does not have to be dramatic to be profound. It is in the small, quiet acts of courage, the decision to keep going, the choice to believe in yourself, the willingness to walk alone, that true strength reveals itself. And as she moves forward with grace and purpose, she teaches us that the greatest battles are often fought and won within, and the greatest victories are the ones that show us who we truly are. As she walks, she carries with her an unshakable understanding that the beauty of life lies in its diversity and individuality. She does not try to fit into molds designed by others, nor does she attempt to imitate the paths of those who came before her. Instead, she embraces the singularity of her journey, knowing that her individuality is not a burden but a gift. She walks with a quiet harmony, attuned to the rhythm of her own spirit, and unafraid to let her true self shine. Her steps are a celebration of freedom, the freedom to be exactly who she is. She knows that there is no universal standard for how one should walk, live, or exist. The world is vast, filled with infinite possibilities, and she chooses to create her own path rather than follow one that has already been laid out. This choice is not always easy. It requires courage to step away from the crowd, to resist the pull of conformity. But she walks on, confident in the knowledge that the universe honors those who dare to be different. She does not see herself as separate from the world, but as a unique thread in its vast tapestry. Her individuality does not alienate her, it connects her more deeply to life itself. By embracing who she is, she allows others to do the same, creating space for authenticity and genuine connection. She walks in harmony with her surroundings, not by blending in, but by adding her own vibrant colors to the landscape. Her stride is a testament to the power of self-acceptance. She does not seek to hide her flaws or diminish her light to make others comfortable. Instead, she embraces every aspect of herself, the messy, the beautiful, the uncertain, and the bold. This authenticity radiates outward, inspiring those who witness it to honor their own uniqueness. She reminds us that individuality is not something to fear or suppress, it is something to celebrate. Her walk teaches us a vital lesson: life is not a one-size-fits-all journey. The universe is not asking us to be anyone else, it is inviting us to be unapologetically ourselves. She embodies this truth with every step, showing us that there is strength in authenticity and beauty in diversity. Her journey is not just her own, it is a call to all of us to embrace our individuality, to walk in harmony with our true selves, and to add our unique voices to the symphony of life. As she walks, there is a quiet defiance in her every step, a refusal to be held back by fear, doubt, or the limitations others might impose upon her. This defiance is not loud or aggressive. It is a silent, steady courage that speaks volumes. She understands that fear is a natural part of life, but she refuses to let it dictate her path. Instead, she moves forward, one step at a time, turning uncertainty into possibility and doubt into determination. Each step is an act of bravery, a declaration that she will not be paralyzed by the unknown. She knows that the road ahead may be filled with challenges, but she does not shy away from them. Instead, she welcomes them as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. Her courage is not the absence of fear, it is the ability to face it and move forward anyway. It is the quiet voice within her that says, "I can do this even when the world seems overwhelming." Her walk is a reminder that life is filled with risks and uncertainties, but the greatest risk of all is standing still. She chooses to embrace the unknown, to step into it with an open heart and a curious mind. She understands that it is only by walking into the darkness that we can discover the light. Her courage is not reckless, it is thoughtful and deliberate. It is the kind of courage that comes from trusting herself, from knowing that she has the strength to face whatever comes her way. Her silent bravery is contagious. Those who see her walking alone are inspired by her resilience, by the way she faces the world with grace and determination. She does not seek to inspire others. yet she does so naturally, simply by being herself. Her courage invites others to find their own strength, to face their fears, and to take steps forward, no matter how small. She teaches us that courage is not always about grand gestures or bold actions. Sometimes it is as simple as taking one step, and then another, even when the path is uncertain. She reminds us that bravery is not a momentary act, but a way of living, a choice we make every day to keep moving forward, to keep believing, and to keep growing. Her walk is a testament to the power of silent courage, and in her steps we find the strength to take our own. As she walks alone, she doesn't seek the applause or validation of others. She moves through the world not to be seen or admired, but because it is her way of being. Yet in her quiet independence, she becomes a beacon. She is not looking for an audience, yet those who cross her path are drawn to her presence. She does not ask to be an inspiration, yet without uttering a word, her very existence encourages others to live more boldly, more authentically, and more courageously. In this way, she demonstrates a profound truth. Inspiration does not always come from grand gestures or loud speeches. Sometimes it comes simply from being true to yourself. Her journey is one of solitude, but in her solitude, she creates ripples in the lives of those around her. It is as if the world notices her in a way that she never intended, and in doing so, it opens up a space for others to see themselves. When people observe her walking confidently alone, they begin to question their own paths, their own choices, and perhaps most importantly, their own capacity to be true to who they are. She does not need to tell anyone how to live. She shows them, just by being herself. This woman walks alone, not because she is isolated or cut off from the world, but because she has mastered the art of connection on her own terms. She has learned that to walk alone is not to be separate, but to become fully present with herself. And in doing so, she invites others to step into their own power. Her independence is not a wall she has built between herself and others, but a bridge that encourages connection on a deeper level, one that transcends dependency or expectation. As she walks, she embodies the quiet truth that we are all capable of creating our own paths, even if we have to walk them alone. She shows us that we can stand firm in our own light without needing to dim it to make others feel comfortable. In this way, she invites others to reclaim their own paths, to find the courage to walk their journey in style on their own terms, and to trust that doing so will naturally create spaces of inspiration and empowerment for others. Her presence, her solitude, and her confidence speak louder than any words ever could. And it is in this silence, this quiet power, that she teaches the world one of its greatest lessons, that by walking our own path, by embracing who we truly are, we become the inspiration others need to discover their own strength, their own voice, and their own capacity to walk alone with grace and purpose. Her style is not confined to the way she dresses or the way she presents herself to the world. It is much deeper than that. It is a way of being, an energy she exudes with every step, a reflection of her inner peace and confidence. When she walks alone, she is not concerned with trends or external judgments. Her style is defined by the authenticity and self-assuredness that radiate from within her. It is the way she carries herself, unburdened by the need to impress or to conform to the superficial standards of society. She walks with the kind of elegance that comes from simply being true to herself. And in doing so, she redefines what it means to be stylish. Her style is timeless because it is rooted in her essence. It does not change with the seasons or the whims of fashion. It is an expression of her character, her journey, and her values. The way she moves through the world is a testament to her understanding that true style is not something that can be bought or mimicked. It is something that comes from within. It is the ability to walk in alignment with your own truth, to embody your unique self without apology, and to do so with a quiet confidence that commands respect without the need for recognition. In every step, she showcases a style that goes beyond appearances. It is a style of living, one that honors individuality, embraces authenticity, and celebrates the beauty of being whole. She teaches us that style is not just about the clothes we wear or the way we look. It is about the energy we bring into every room, the way we stand in our own power, and the way we move through life with grace and purpose. Her style invites others to embrace their own uniqueness, to find the courage to be different, and to express themselves fully without fear or hesitation. Her style is an invitation to all of us to step into our own lives with confidence and authenticity. It is a reminder that we don't need to fit into anyone else's mold. We simply need to embrace our own, to trust our own instincts, and to walk our paths with integrity and pride. She shows us that when we walk in alignment with who we truly are, when we honor our own journey, we begin to radiate a style that is uniquely ours, a style that not only feels good but also inspires others to find the courage to do the same. And in this way, her walk becomes a powerful expression of self-love and self-respect, a reminder that the most beautiful thing we can wear is the confidence to be ourselves. In the end, the woman who walks alone does not walk in solitude. She walks in strength, in truth, and in alignment with the rhythm of her own soul. Her journey is not defined by the company she keeps, but by the courage to walk her path authentically, to trust herself, and to embrace her individuality without fear. She teaches us that walking alone is not a sign of weakness or abandonment, but an act of radical self-love and self-reliance. It is an invitation to step into our own lives with confidence, to shed the need for validation from others, and to walk with purpose, knowing that the most powerful thing we can do is be true to who we are. Her walk is not about being apart from the world, but about choosing to stand fully in it, without the need to conform or fit into someone else's idea of who we should be. She is a reflection of the beauty and strength that lies in embracing our unique paths, in honoring the silence, and in knowing that we do not need anyone to complete us. We are whole as we are. And so, when you see a woman walking alone, remember that her style is not just in her clothes or her appearance, it is in the way she moves through life. It is in the quiet confidence she carries, the peace she has found within herself, and the unshakable belief that she is enough, just as she is. Let her journey remind you that you too have the power to walk your own path, to be unapologetically yourself, and to trust that the road ahead, no matter how uncertain, will lead you to where you are meant to be. In walking alone, we walk with the entire universe, and in doing so, we discover the strength, the courage, and the grace to live life on our own terms.